woke military academies, new plan to restore warfighting focus, a powerful call for a radical shift in how America's future military leaders are trained, is sparking a heated debate. A conservative organization, Restoration of America, is pushing for a complete overhaul of our nation's service academies and war colleges, arguing that these vital institutions have strayed too far into civilian academia and away from their core mission. A 12-page blueprint, making headlines, proposes dramatic changes across admissions, curriculum, faculty, and governance. The goal: to recenter military education around one single objective: preparing officers to win the nation's wars. Doug Truax, a West Point graduate and founder of Restoration of America, is blunt about their stance. He says the expectation is that they are generating warfighters, not philosophers and future bureaucrats. He emphasizes that a lot is invested in these academies, and the focus must be on creating combat-ready leaders. Some changes have already begun. A Pentagon review led to West Point disbanding several cadet clubs focused on race, ethnicity, gender, and sexual orientation. Elective courses like race, ethnicity, and nation and power and difference were eliminated, and the Naval Academy also dropped gender matters and gender sexuality studies, modifying many others, all in line with anti-diversity, equity, and inclusion directives. But Truax believes these executive actions aren't enough. He argues, "We have to take our opportunity when we have power to put this into law. Otherwise, we'll look back and be like, well, we had that one little moment where it was getting better, but now we're right back where we were." He's sharing this blueprint with lawmakers, pushing for legislation that will ensure these reforms are permanent. The blueprint's recommendations are sweeping. They include permanently banning race, ethnicity, and sex from admissions decisions, requiring at least 75% of coursework to focus directly on military competencies, replacing most civilian professors with active duty or retired officers, and even abolishing tenure at military educational institutions. It also suggests ending participation in the prestigious Rhodes Scholarship Program, believing young officers should lead troops rather than pursue overseas academic fellowships, and eliminating DEI offices altogether. Truax claims that during the Obama and Biden administrations, military academies gradually adopted the culture of civilian universities, shifting focus away from combat preparation. However, not everyone agrees with this warfighting-first approach. Critics, like retired Army officer Bradford Duplessis, argue that senior military education needs to prepare generals and admirals for strategic leadership, not just tactical command. He warned that focusing solely on tactical warfighting would create a brain drain and wouldn't produce leaders capable of navigating today's complex global environment, which requires an understanding of diplomacy, politics, and other instruments of national power. Truax dismisses this viewpoint, countering that the officer corps has spent too much time learning to think like politicians, State Department employees, and military contractors instead of true warriors. While acknowledging recent positive steps, Truax remains firm that executive action alone is insufficient. He states woke did not go anywhere. It's just in hiding right now. The debate over the future direction of America's military academies is clearly far from over.